everyone, welcome to episode 13 of the Knitting Forecast. I'm Sarah. Everyone grab a brew, grab a nice drink, grab your knitting because we've got a fair bit to get through today. How is everybody? I feel like it's been ages, but it hasn't. Dungarees are not the easiest thing to sit down in sometimes. Anyway. Thank you for everyone who entered my giveaway a little while ago. The winner has been drawn, the post has been sent. It has been received, and a lovely girl called Stephanie won, and I hope she's enjoying her treats. So let's do the classic layout this week of a knitting podcast. Finished objects. Already a bit stupid, but I haven't got my finished object because I've sent that off as well. So I finished that autumn coloured baby blanket that I was crocheting. I'll pop a picture up this way. It was a granny square, 4 granny squares stitched together, couple of border rows added on, and you know what, it was really nice when I finished it. If you remember, I was going to originally knit that little cat toy. We're never going to mention that again, actually. That was the last time we will ever speak of that cat. But you'll see the fail in the last episode if you need to go back. But it's been received anyway, and the mum loved it. And she sent me a lovely little photo, which I won't put up because it's got the baby in it. But yeah, the baby was having a good old chew on the corner in the photo, which was really cute. So I finished that one. Nice to actually finish something, to be honest. Should we get into some whips? So first whip is progress. Oh, I'm dropping everything. Hang on. I've got my notes on my knee because I've got so much to talk about. The first whip is the progress I have made on this. So the stitch marker here was where I was up to last time. And I don't feel like I've worked on it an awful lot, to be honest, but it's a good, 3 inches maybe of my Paris Toujours scarf, which, oh yeah, seeing it on me there, looks nice, looks quite nice. I was also thinking when I was knitting this yesterday, how nice would this be as a blanket, that kind of stitch progression? I love it. So I'm knitting this. I'm just going to move my microphone a bit closer, actually. It's a bit further than usual. Hang on. So I'm still on the first ball of my, I think it's Stylecraft Recreate, and it's all recycled materials. So recycled wool, recycled polyester or nylon, I don't know. But it already feels nice, and I haven't even given it a soak yet. But I do think I'm going to get a lot of wear out of this when it's done. It's going to be like a really big kind of, wrap it round a couple of times type scarf. God, it's nice. I'm so pleased with it. So pleased. Isabel Kramer is the pattern designer. And as usual, all links below. I'll put on the screen what I can in case you're like me and while you're watching a knitting podcast, you'll be looking stuff up on Ravelry as you go along. So it's handy for it to come up on the screen. So I will put it up because it's a French name. So yeah, still really pleased with this. I don't know when this will be finished, but the weather is getting cold. Do have other scarves to wear though. Got some up there actually, which I might talk about one day. Would anyone be interested in seeing a little selection of my doodle scarves that I've knitted over the years? Let me know. So my Paris Toujours Love it. I'm absolutely in love with it, honestly. The cats like it. And it's one of those ones where they can really get in. I was working on this in the car yesterday for my car knitting. Yeah, I'm just really happy with it. I don't need to follow a pattern anymore. I'm just going my own way. Going my own way. You see, some of them have got a pattern set of 5 yarn overs, and then some are a 3, and I'm just doing groups of them. I just don't care. I'm going for whatever I feel at the time, to be honest, because when it's on you, I don't think anyone minds. Okay, next whip are the second pair of my summer socks using my Hobbii summer sock yarn, which after I looked, so I filmed the last podcast, tried to find the link for the summer sock yarn, and it was down to £3 something. Whether it still is, it might be worth a check if anyone's interested in it. So I showed you the finished sock last time, sock 1, and then this is the progress on sock 2 at the moment. I'm probably not far off doing the heel now. Not too much further. Yeah, 1.5 inches off the heel. So I really, I need to just crack on with this actually. Maybe I should, this needs to be the top of my pile, I think. Just to get them finished, because I don't know about where you're living, but it is not nice here anymore. The weather, I'm looking out the window at the grey. I've got a special lamp to give me some daylight because it's rubbish. It is just rubbish. The summer has ended. Autumn is hit with a bang, but it's not even like a nice autumn because all the nice crunchy leaves on the floor are soggy from all the rain, and it's slippy, and we're just having downpours aplenty, and I hate it. Love autumn, but hate the rain. So I need to just whiz through these socks so I can get back onto some woolly socks. But I still love them. I've been wearing my first pair constantly. At least twice a week I'm wearing them. Probably because I can bung them in the washing machine, to be honest. So if you were interested in that yarn, just know how easy the care is for those socks. There's no hand washing. Not that I'm against a hand wash, but this is just so easy. I do a washing machine wash most days. I've got uniforms, all sorts going on. I just bung them in easy, and they dry pretty quick. So still a lover of that yarn. Last time we spoke, I showed you quite a collection. I've got a cat near me now, it's probably going to get up. Quite a collection of mini granny squares that I'd been working on with all my sock yarn / 4-ply purchases. And I've sewn them all in. Oh, I've crocheted them in, really. And this blanket is growing. It is growing. I haven't done the ends, haven't sewed the ends in. I don't even know if I can get this all on camera now. So here's where I'm up to. These are the latest add-ons. Some here, so a little green. You can tell I'm going through a green phase, that's for sure. So this corner down here, greens. This whole row, actually. Pinks down to greens, and then I went this way with some more green. Got my Attic Spin, my Yellow Door yarn. I'm just absolutely in love with it. And then after I'd finished doing the join as you go method, is what I use, the crochet as you go. So I did that on the couch the other afternoon, and it was a rainy day, and I'd done the last square, and then I just went like this, and then I had a little nap. I had a couch afternoon nap with this lovely blanket on me, and I woke up and I thought, that's exactly what I've made this for. Just cozy times. I just love it. I mean, who wouldn't? Here it is in all its glory. Everything I've ever used for socks is in here. So that's it for current whips that you've seen before. But I have quite a selection of new cast-ons if anyone would like to see. So we'll start with some socks. I think I mentioned these last time. I was about to cast on some socks for my other half for Christmas, and I have. So this is the Luca-S or Lucas Woolly Walk yarn that I picked up at a Modern Yarn last month, I think. I asked him what he wanted. Did he want a rib sock? He said he just wanted like a chunky cuff at the top, bit of colour on that, and then the rest will be just as the sock progresses. And so we went with a nice lilac. So all I did was cast on in the lilac, 72 stitches, I think. And then I just went for it. How gorgeous is this yarn? I mean, I had no idea it would knit up this nice. I thought it might just be like speckly, but we've actually got like a bit of pattern to it, and I just think it's brilliant. When you get yarn like this, it actually makes the sock look like you've really tried hard, don't you think? Like, oh, she's done some good colour work there. No, I haven't done anything. Haven't done anything. So I think I did this. I was working away on this last Saturday, and I pretty much did all that in one day because I just wanted to see what was coming next in the yarn. All this section's my favourite. So I'm quite excited about these, and I'm also a bit like, oh, they would have been nice for me. But he knows now that they're for him. He was had to ask him how he wanted it. I thought he might want like a ribbed sock the whole way. So he knows they're for him now. What a shame. So they'll have to be for him. But I've got till Christmas to get these done. They'll be done. I'm quite sure. But fully recommend this yarn that I've never used before. To be honest, I've never seen it in a shop in real life before. So really glad to pick that up. Next new cast on is something else that I spoke about in the last episode. I wanted to knit a little scarf, little bow thing, wrap around once, little bow for my hair, and I decided to do the Sophie Scarf mini version, doing a mini one. And I'm using the Ducky Darlings yarn that I picked up. It's the midnight shade, and they very conveniently did 50-gram balls. And here's where I'm up to. So everyone knows the Sophie Scarf, but if you don't, I mean, it's in black, so it's not the best to show you, but it's a I-cord edge down both sides, and then you increase along one of the sides every however many rows. And yeah, I really like it. So, we're not quite halfway yet. I need to have enough to tie the little knot. But I do love it. It's so, because I've used a sock yarn, there's no bulk to it, and that's good for me. I don't want like a big thing on my head. The problem I'm having is because I've chosen near enough a black yarn, keeping count of where I'm up to. So I won't give the pattern away because it is a paid for pattern, but you have to increase and keep note of how many rows you're doing in between the increases. And I reckon any other shade of yarn, and I wouldn't have a problem with this because I've chosen black and I do a lot of my knitting in the evening. I'm just staring at it like, where on earth did I do that increase? I'm angling it to the light. It's hard for me to keep track. So whether I'm spot on, who knows? But the increase line looks pretty smooth. So I'm happy with it. But just a word of warning for anyone else who might make one, just go a shade, I don't know, do a dark grey or a dark blue. Just jet black is hard to count with, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, because I've knitted black a fair bit and had exactly the same problem every time. So I can't wait to wear it. Um, I'm not going to do any more increases, like that's thick enough for the back of my head. So I'm just going to work straight for a little bit and then do the decrease. So here is where I've marked off. I've stopped doing my increases at this point where the little marker is. So yeah, I honestly, everything I'm working on, I'm just like so in love with, to be honest. Um, yeah, mini Sophie scarf. A little while ago, I showed you some yarn I picked up at the pop-up wool show that I did its own little episode on. I picked this up from 3C's Yarn. I spotted it from across the room, fell in love with it, had to get it. It was cheap, too cheap. And I've started a little make with it. I only cast this on yesterday, actually. So I've started to make myself some fingerless mittens. I just cast on 44 stitches and just thought, let's just start knitting. I'm not following any pattern. I do knit myself a pair of mittens every year. My husband's always like, you've got some, why do you need more? And I just need them. I need like fresh hands every winter. So what I've done a little rolled doodah here. So just some, so it's in the round, so it's just knit rows. And then I've done 6 rows of rib, 6 rows of, what is it called? Stockinette. 6 rows of rib, 6 rows of stockinette. And what I was thinking is that it might just like, so what I'm trying to say, right, what I'm trying to say is when I'm at work, I'm freezing. In the winter especially, I always need like layers, but I need my hands to be free. So I'll cover them up. I knit them quite a long mitt. Cover my hands up with them when I need to. And then when I don't need to, or when I need my hands free, I just bunch them all up my arm like that. And I thought if I do some rib section, some stockinette, it'll just bunch up really nice. Do you know what? I'll show you properly next time, my vision. But there we go. That's what I'm doing. And I just love the colours. It's very, it's like a baby pink, but like with white bits of neon pink and black. And it actually really takes me back to, being like that awkward gothy teen who wears black but still loves pink. So they have like a little cute little pink t-shirt, but everything else might be black. That's me, and that's me. So the yarn itself, it's 100% wool. It's so soft, so soft. No itch to it for me at all. I haven't even like given it a wash yet, so I can only imagine how soft it'll all be after that. Yeah, really pleased with it. Obviously when you get a ball like this, I think this is called like a zebra effect. You just don't know how it's going to knit up, but I am really pleased with how it's knit up. Next one is only a swatch at the moment, but I will show you. What a surprise, she's gone for black and white stripes again. I decided, so I was watching Marlene Knits. Is it Marlene Knits or Marlene Makes? I think it's Knits. And she and her friends had done like a knit along for the Olga sweater, Petite Knits Olga sweater. And although she wasn't fussed on her final creation, I thought it was blooming perfect. And I just knew it would suit me, and it's the kind of thing I would wear all the time. So I was like, oh, what could I use? What could I use? Low budget. I had some of the black already. So I have gone for King Cole Merino Blend Superwash because she used like a speckled on her more neutral shade, the contrast colour, and I just thought that's a bit of me. I love it, love a speckle. And I already had a few balls of the black, so I ordered a couple more balls of that. The the dye lot is different, but hey ho, what can you do? I think I've had it for like 2 years, so I'm never gonna find the same dye lot. And yeah, I ordered enough of this, and you can see it's quite subtle, the speckling. Where are we? See a bit there and a bit in this bottom corner. But I just think I'm gonna wear this all the time. So I might cast on properly for that this weekend. And I know what you're thinking, do you really need another stripy top in your life? Black and white stripe again? Yes, black and white stripe again. I know I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna enjoy knitting it. King Cole yarn, so I'm not a yarn snob whatsoever. Getting serious, I'm grabbing me drink. Here in the UK, King Cole is a budget brand. They usually do a lot of acrylic yarns, but this one is actually wool. Actually, the one with the speckles in is 96% wool and then 4% viscose, which I imagine is the splashes of colour. So King Cole is a budget yarn here, and there's no snobbery for me. If I like the yarn, I'll use it. If it works with my budget and I like it, bonus. A lot of people would be like, "Oh, I don't think I'd use King Cole yarn again." But for me, just shush. If we like it, use it. We don't all have to have like the best hand dyed, the best brands, the most expensive thing ever to achieve a lovely jumper that you're going to wear and love. So yeah, I've gone for King Cole. I like it. So there. So if anyone's made one of these before, let me know. Is the pattern pretty easy? Because it looks it. So my gauge swatch, I actually went up half a needle size for it. And it's still actually a bit smaller than what it needs to be for the pattern. Pattern requires 4mm. I went 4.5. Just because I know I'm a quite a tight knitter and I don't want to go up to a 5. I just think it'd be too loose of a knit for what I'm going for. Because like it's already not that tight. And for a jumper, I don't want it to be like a loose gauge or any bits of see-throughness going on, because it's going to be like a winter jumper. So we're a little bit out, which is making me wonder. I don't really know what size I should be knitting now. I would normally just go for the medium, and there is a lot of ease in it actually. Did it say 15 to 20 centimeters of positive ease? I think around that. So I'm like, should I still knit it? I'm about half a centimeter out. I think I might. I don't want it to be too baggy though. Oh, I don't know. Has anyone made one? Tell me what you think. It's so hard to know, isn't it? The length I can just wing, but the width you can't. Like I can add more stripes. I can't add more width. So yeah, do let me know. Should I just go my usual medium? I actually knitted my keys sweater in a medium, but the gauge was fine on that, and it was an Aran weight yarn. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Should I go large? Would it be too big and baggy? Is there such a thing as too big and baggy? It's a drop sleeve, drop shoulder, so it's gonna fit me. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know. So yes, we're using King Cole drop tip merino blend DK. Ordered from Wool Warehouse, by the way, I'll put the link below. Nice prompt delivery as usual. Thank you, Wool Warehouse. Okay, it is time for Dishcloth Diaries. I finished this one not long after I spoke to you all last. This one I used double strand of the James C. Brett cotton. Really love it. Really love the colours in this. It's very soft though, as I said last time. So I might give this one a wash and see if it stiffens up. Yep, so happy with that. So we've got one. Where am I? Then I've got two of my original mustard shades, so there'll be a pair. And I've got two of the aqua shade, there'll be a pair. And then I've done one more mustard. I've got enough to do the second. And I got out the car my double knit ones that are taking me just so goddamn long. Sorry for the language, hope that doesn't offend anyone, me saying damn. This was in the Rico Spin that I picked up before I realised that I actually need Aran weight, but I thought I'm using it anyway because it is actually quite beautiful. And this is how far, you know, I feel like I worked a lot on this and we're only up to here. You can see how they carry on in shades. They will be really nice when they're done. And they will get done. I've got till Christmas. It's only mid-September. Got this much yarn left. I just thought I'd show you the progress or lack of progress on that one. It will get done. It will. But then, so that's pretty good stash so far. But then I've made some yarn purchases, so my acquisitions are all just meshed in with today's show. But I went to the range. I was picking my husband up from work. He works quite close to a range. So I was like, I'll meet you in there. Let me have a potter around. I'll meet you in the range, which is a UK store if you're not from here. And I picked up, though you might have seen it on my car knitting Instagram videos, I picked up some more cotton. So this is the Moon Dance Ombre, I don't know. Yeah, 100% cotton, 100 grams. And that it gives you nothing, no more info, really. But I liked these colours, and I also picked up the mistletoe shade, which is somewhat Christmassy, but I would use these colours all year. And I knitted one up in that already. Like it, quite like it. You never know how it's going to knit up. It's got this weird bit in the middle. But that's just the nature of the yarn. What can you do? So I've got one of those done. And I think having this like variegated colours is keeping me more interested in it. When I did my Wool Warehouse order, I had a look at the cotton there. Bought myself some of this sugar and cream. I think, is this called something else in America? Is it called sugar and cream there? But I liked these colours, quite similar, I guess. We're not too different. You can see my taste here. So I knitted one of those up too. And I finished this one when I was watching the very last episode of the Great British Sewing Bee. So they won't be a pair. I should have enough to do two each of them. And yeah, so I've been picking up cotton. I'm excited about it again. Now I've got some new colours to be working on. So has anyone else been watching the Sewing Bee? It's finished. I loved it. Loved the final episode. And do you know what I loved the most about the final? It's right at the end when the winners have been announced and they go back and show everyone and what they're up to like a year later or however long later. And any knitter would have spotted that in the little clip of, I'm terrible with names, I don't know any of the names of the contestants. One of them was sat there in a little video with her nan, her grandma, and she, the girl, had on halibut sweater, hand knitted halibut sweater. I was on my own watching it and I just went, halibut, like that out loud. Cats probably thought I'd lost it. But yeah, no, I wish they talk about all the crafts that they do in the show. No one knew she was a knitter, but there she was in a halibut sweater. So that delighted me. And I think that's everything knitting I've got to show you. All the knitting chat, however, is that I haven't touched my yellow cardigan. I had lots of kind comments about how knitting should not be painful. And I agree, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be painful. Um, I'm just like leaving it for now. I'm starting my Olga sweater and I'm saving up some money to do that cute sweater, that like Animal Crossing style one. I think I'm going to use Drops Air for that. So I need quite a few colours though. So I need to make some decisions there. But I'm going to crack on with my Olga sweater for now. And yeah, I'm leaving my yellow one. I think after like all my dishcloth stuff, the yellow one could just like turn into my car knitting. So I do I don't know, just like 20 minutes on that a few times a week. And I might be surprised at how fast it grows. Who knows? But I just need to lay off it for now, I think, which is sad because I really wanted to be wearing it by now. But yeah, if it brings me physical pain, then no, it's out. So I'm gonna leave it, pick it up again after Christmas or whenever I finish my dishcloth quantities that I need. I'm past the halfway mark now. So yeah, quite pleased with that. The other thing I wanted to show you, if I think we're going back like 5, maybe 6 episodes ago, when I showed my little scrap yarn jar. I had to get a bigger jar. I had to upgrade my jar size. And here we are. Look at this. Whenever I open the lid, it all goes and pops out. But this is all my scraps from this year so far. These are going to be used. I will show you in a video which will come out in October of my advent plans. So we're doing a bit of a interesting one. I thought I'd show everyone. I'd get all the prep done in October in case anyone else fancies doing it. It's not going to be like a knit along or anything like that. It's just going to be my version of Advent this year, and these are going to be included. Oh, I could do that thing people do. I don't know why people do that. What's that about? Why is this the trend now? I haven't got the nails for it, to be honest. So yes, video coming out. Haven't filmed it, haven't prepped for it, but I'm aiming to do it in October so other people can get involved if they want to. And the next thing I'm going to cast on after I finish those summer socks is a pair of socks using this gorgeous red with fleck yarn. Is it Dystopia or Dystopic Fibres? Picked this up in Blackpool earlier this year, and these are going to be like a Christmassy pair of socks for me because it's a Christmas red and we're snowing, aren't we? So that's my next cast on. I thought I'd show that. With a bit of luck, I'll have cast these on by the next episode in a couple of weeks. Yeah, if I aim to get those summer ones done and dusted and on my feet, then yeah. And also plans for another like feature episode. I'm going to go through my sock inventory. So obviously you've only really been seeing the socks that I've knitted since I started this in March, was it? There's many more. And I thought, why not share with the world all the socks through the years? I kind of took up sock knitting around COVID times. A lot of time at home. I got furloughed from work. So I spent a lot of time at home knitting. I did a lot of crochet blankets and a lot of knitted socks. So I thought the ones I've still got, a lot of them were gifts, but I might have photos. I thought let's just go through them because some of them I don't really wear. I could talk about why I don't wear them, what went wrong. I could also talk about one of my favourite pairs that my husband threw in the washing machine. They ended up in the bin. So yeah, would you be interested in that? A little show and tell, sock show and tell? Let me know. And I think we've got to the end. This was longer than usual, I reckon. But because I've cast on so many new treats. So leave comments below about what you reckon about my Olga sweater with the sizing. Usually a medium or like third size. If it's a medium, I'd usually just go medium. Should I go one up? If my gauge is slightly small, I don't know. Please let me know what you think and catch you next time. Bye for now. I'd left and then I remembered that I haven't done my YouTube recommendation of the week. I wanted to shout out hi to Knit Frills and Thrifty Thrills. That is hard for me to say. I'll put it along the bottom. She has recently picked up her YouTube again. And it's funny, she's a funny girl. If you like a bit of British humour, she's your girl. She is a thrifter like me, obviously a knitter like me. Yeah, go and watch. Yeah, she's just a joy, to be honest. She likes all her vintage scarves in her hair like me. I Yeah, as soon as her videos pop up, I give them a watch that day. I think you might like her, so go and check her out.